Okay, directly after that first verse we have a bridge. This is what happens on the bridge. It does this. So, as you noticed, and you heard the click in and out of a wah on this section. You're breaking this chord up. This again. I'm using my third finger because I physically can't get my thumb onto that fret. So you might probably want to try and use your third finger. But the third finger is on the E8, little finger at D8, first finger on the 5 on the G, 6 on the B, and we're breaking the chord up like this. And we just take our third finger down, change the root note, and then we take the whole shape down 2 frets. So this shape 2 frets down is 6 on the E, 6 on the D, 3 on the G, 4 on the B. And I'm using my thumb just to take care of the E string. My first finger to take care of the D string. And then these 2 fingers just to take care of the G and the B string. And we've got you can hear on the track he's doing a little wah thing there. So clicking with the wah, it's just nice and... Then we're back into the riff. So right in at the front of that second verse, about 45 seconds in, you may not be aware, but there's another little groovy little guitar ticking away behind our riff, which is why I've picked up the old Strat, my old Strat, because this is tuned regular. It's got a regular tuned bottom E. So I know you're probably not going to play this part, but it's interesting to know it's here. And it does this, behind the riff. D, fa. So it's a groovy little part. Here's our first little part. This is always the same. This part is always the same. This starts on the C, the 3rd fret of the A, going open D to the 1st fret. And then we got a flick on from the C, hammer on from the open D to the 1 and catch the G. So we get one more time, 3, 4. That part's always the same. This part varies. We just got a little groovy, sort of little power chords, F, G sharp, and A sharp, and it's just how you break them up. So I'm just going root 5 to the root there. So that it's just a little flick on from the open string. This is all on the E string, obviously. So you can do a little, root, 5th root. And this just sort of grooves around in the background. It's very picky, very small. And that grooves away behind the riff, and it really adds, it really sort of, you know, kicks in, and it's quite subtle, but it ticks away behind the riff and sort of lifts it for the second verse. Okay, at 105 we have a slightly extended bridge with our wah, does this. So without the wah, it's our same chords we did in the previous bridge. The second chord on every bridge except the last one is always pushed. So this one is on the beat. That one is pushed. It happens on every bridge except the last one. 3, 4. So the only new chord we got here is this one. Again, thumb over. This is the 8th fret, and we're barring the D, the G, and the B to get a sort of a major 7 sound. So these chords are the same. One more time. Then we go up from. This chord is the chord we were using before, but with our third finger down rather than it being there. Takes it to there. So we've got the 5th fret of the E string, and then we've got the 6 on the D, 3 on the B, and we just take that up a whole step. And then I'm doing it, getting my thumb there for that major 7. So in context, with the wah, remember the second chord, or you're always trying to push the second chord. Refer heavily to the track, but the second chord in every bridge, except the last one, is pushed. And it does this. Okay, then we're into the chorus. Now, the chorus on the original, which is what we're looking at, has 2 little tiny guitar parts kicking away there. Here is the main guitar part that you hear. It does this. Now I know it doesn't seem a lot, but that's what's going on over the chords. The chords are mainly just suggested. Let's take a look at this part, and then I'll show you the chords, because that's probably what you want to play. But this part, you could probably try it with a pick. It'd probably sound clearer with a pick. It's as simple as that. I'm just holding a little triad, like a D sharp triad. We've got the 8th fret on the D, we've got the 6th fret on the G, and we've got the 11 on the B. And the picking, it's like you're bouncing from the middle string, the G string. On the last 2 chords, moves down to this shape, which is our little finger on the 8th fret of the D, 5th fret of the G, 6th fret of the D. It's like our E sus4, and then we take that down a whole step, and we just arpeggiate the chord. This I'm incorporating the top string now. It's like E flat sus4. So one more time, it's hard to, without the vocal going around, it's hard to know when that change is coming, but I'm going to try and hear it in my head. Okay, 3, 4. There is also a tiny little picking guitar with this little arpeggiated guitar. This is the other little guitar part that's in there. It does this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This riff is just ticking away behind it all. It's real simple. Just repeated like that. This starts on the first fret of the D, third fret of the A, down to the first fret of the A, up to the third fret of the D, down to the 1 of the D, and then 3A, 1 A. So it's literally just on the first fret and the third fret on the D and the A string. And that just ticks away all through that chorus. The actual chords being suggested, which is probably what you want to play if you're going to play this live, is this is the chords. So, first chord, I'm doing he is using his thumb obviously on the low E, but I'm going to use my third finger. Again, it's our sus4. We've got the fourth fret of the B, third fret of the G, little finger's taking care of the sixth fret on the D, third finger is on the fifth fret of the E, and we just take that shape up a whole step. And then this is the key center, the C minor 7, and you see John Mayer live. He does a flick on with this third finger on the D string. These two chords here. This is the 10th fret, D, G and B string. Then we got the 11th fret on the B string. Thumb over onto the E string, which is the 10th fret, and just take that down a whole step down to the 8th fret. I guess the hardest thing about this is just the groove of how you're going to strum it. They are the chords in the chorus, but what you're mainly hearing on the original is that little motif that's doing that. That runs. Just now you know it's there. Just go back and have a listen to hear what that's doing and how it's carrying the chorus. What is actually carrying the chorus is his vocal, you know, and the bass is grooving along. But these are the chords. If you want to play an acoustic guitar like he does live, he really just cranks it out. That's the chorus. All right, there's a slight groove change on the third verse. It cuts in, if you want to check it out, cuts in about 1 minute 55, where he's taking our riff and he changes it to a chordal thing, a sort of a clutching at the chords. And it grooves like this. Here we go, 3, 4. So this is basically taking our, our chords we've been using for our riff. There's a little movement he's doing. You can check it out live. He does a sort of a little movement like this. This is all around about a C minor 7 chord. There's the bar from the D, the G, the B. That's really what you're concentrating on with the low C at the bottom there. This is on the 8th fret, and you can do a little movement. This little movement, little finger on the 10th fret of the D. There's the 7 on the G, 8 on the B. Creates a little movement. You can also do a little 3rd finger onto the 10th fret of the G, and you get. So these other chords are just the same as what we would normally play for our riff. So. I guess the trickiest thing is the sort of the grooviness with the bottom, with the thumb really bouncing off the low E string. It's things like that. That sort of thing, and I'm not playing it full bore. I'm just resting, just to palm muting it a little bit, just to keep it under control. But that's the groove. It's a nice little turnaround from our more intricate riff. Last time, up to tempo, 3, 4. So I went into that next bridge. The only difference with that bridge is we've got an extra chord at the end there, where before we hang on that major 7. Now we're just going to play the straight major chord, which is the thumb on the 8th fret of the E, barring the D, the G, and the B on the 8th fret, and putting our root note there, which is on the 9th fret. You take that up 2 frets, take it up a tone. So, in context, last round of those bridge chords, 3, 4. Then we're into the next chorus.